and imagine. Tell me what's the importance of phonetics. Yeah, and you're going to be with the camera on. That means that you don't have time to look for that at the internet, and that's going to be useless because it's going to be obvious that the answer will be from AI, Google, or whatever book. Yeah, whatever. It's understanding. You have to explain in your words. So imagine you're going to have just 14 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds. I will decide then. So I'm telling you in advance. Now, just I want to anticipate you to be concentrate on answering. Part 3, meaning and sentence position. Here I wrote some core concepts. This paper you already have in the WhatsApp group. You can shift the main stress to change the underlying message. Shift the main stress. What does it mean to shift, to change, to move the main stress? And that would change the melody of the sentence and also the message indirectly. Yes. And so you have here some concepts that you have to just read and understand. But besides that, we have instructions, directions for the following exercises that I took from the book. Read the baseline sentence aloud twice. So you have here this sentence. This is the sentence. What are you supposed to do is every time on your sentence, just do the analysis that we did. Yeah, we're not going deeper in allophones. We're just going to stay in the simple phonemes and some of the connected speech that I mentioned to you, but we're not going beyond. So don't worry, we're not going to make allophone deductions, analysis, and everything that we can do in a class of phonetics and phonology. So this is not going to be that difficult. For that reason, it's phonology 1, not phonology 2. Yeah, we're not going to transcribe texts, paragraphs. So what I did is to identify the content words. I'm giving you an example of what are you supposed to do. Yeah. What are you supposed to do in that moment? Next step is to illustrate the intonation. That's what I'm going to ask you to do, to illustrate the intonation, like this. Yes. And falling intonation that is being expressed with this falling arrow. And that's it. Then I would ask you to analyze parts of the sentences as you did in the practice and evaluation exercise that you did on Friday. I would give you context like here you are in these notes. Context is 3 a convenient time for you. I need to leave it 3. So the person is emphasizing this word over the other words. She or he's going to emphasize this word. In the second scenario, the person is going to emphasize the first word because you're trying to stay later, but options are limited or you'll miss a meeting. So I needed to leave at 3. This is my necessity. I need to be somewhere else at the time. So I need, it's essential. So you're going to interpret which word has to be stressed according to the context that I'm going to provide you that day. Obviously, that doesn't mean that we're not going to stress need and leave. For example, if you're going to read this, you're going to read this way. Yeah. The primary stress will be on this word. I need to leave at 3. I need to leave at 3. I need to leave at 3. You're going to stress this need and leave to a maximum pitch 2. Yeah. This is obviously stay with pitch 3. doesn't mean that we're not going to stress these words. They are content words, so they will still be stressed. In this case, it's going to be like this. And again, you can interpret this as pitch 3, pitch 2, and 2. I need to leave at 3. I need to leave at 3. I need to leave at 3. So that's something that I would ask you in context. What is this called? If you remember, it's called emphatic stress. I'm giving you context that day, so you have to interpret and emphasize. Yeah, I would give you a context like this. It's 3 a convenient time for you, and then you're gonna say, I need to leave at 3. So I'm giving you context. You don't have to guess. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. In this
Um,
exercise,
then I have a question. Probably I didn't have it totally clear. All the content words are stressed, and just the words that we want to emphasize are with a third speech of stress, right? And the others will continue being stressed, but
that's
in the level two.
what you miss. Yeah, this sentence is the general rule. Whenever you're reading a paragraph, yeah, for example, have you ever taken the OPI test?
Yes.
Yeah, in that kind of test, I designed that test, but I'm not the one who is taking the test anymore because the students complained that I all the times reprove everyone. Yes, so for that reason they changed. I did the evaluation. In one part of the evaluation is that you have to read a paragraph, right? In that paragraph, you're supposed to use this general rule, like this. This is the general rule. You remember when we analyze generally, most of the times. So this is the perfect when you're reading a paragraph. But when you are making conversation with people, according to the context, you stress particular words over another content words. So when you're speaking, when you're talking, when you're making conversation, it's more likely to use this kind of emphatic stress. This is more common when you're reading in evaluations, in academic evaluations, the general rule. And this is very common in spoken English. Now you understand?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Good question. Who was that? Alison?
Yes.
Yeah, great. That means that you're paying attention. Exercise F, the fading tail practice. Read these statements out loud. Make sure the first content word is sharp and energetic. That means emphatic stress. While the final word drops heavily in pitch and volume, like this. It's time to go. We're gonna be late. We're gonna be late. We're gonna be late. Class starts at 3:30. Class starts at 3:30. Class starts at 3:30. Now, this is curious. You would say, but this confuses me. Why we are stressing it, knowing that it's a function word, is not a content word, and why also weird. In the case of class, it's makes sense because class is a noun. But the thing is that emphasize not only content words, but also function words. Yeah, and that will depend to the context. What's important for the speaker? What's important for the speaker to emphasize? What does the speaker want to emphasize? What message? Yeah,
In the
it's like the example. Do you remember when I said uh, Jennifer Connelly loves me? Do you remember that example?
Yes, teacher.
yes,
Yeah, exactly like that. So for that reason, I mentioned many times when I was explaining this, it was erased. I don't know why it erased itself. Didn't used to happen. Now, what I mean is when I said generally, that means most of the times. But there are a part that is the exception that will depend on the context and the message that you want to provide. And the evidence of that is when we watch, if you remember, the when we watch videos shorts of Youglish, if you remember Youglish, we were using that platform and we were able to listen, if you remember. I know this is not, this is for, no. Where is, did I use Youglish? No, I didn't download. When we use here in the sentences, when we listen to people speaking, we notice that every single person use a different rhythm, different accent, different pitches, different intonation for the same word. Yeah, for the same word. And it's very notorious when you use, for example, words, swear words like this one. Do you know what does mean this word? Do you? No?
Isn't it to
Fuck
shut
up
up, shut
means
out, or something like that?
vete al demonio. Yeah. Vete al. That's something subtle. In a Bolivian, Spanish would be very rude. Yeah. But we're going to see people speaking that swear word with different intonation. Yeah. And every single person speaks that same expression with different rhythm. Yeah. I suggest you to listen to that because it's going to be slow. The internet's a little bit slow. So I don't want to waste my time. But this is an example. If you go to Youglish and you write this kind of words, you're going to listen people like this lady that she's subtle, while other people are very, very dramatic and emphatic when they say that kind of word. Yeah. You're going to read the people body language. Like this, for example. Look at this woman. Yeah. I'm not playing the song because it's not a good word to say, the words, but I want you to read her body language. Yeah. So the people speaks words like this different, and they emphasize according to the context. And that's what I tried to teach on Friday. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Obviously, this is a fast review of that. What's important here now is to finish with this part 4, the pitch directions, the up and down of the intonation. Here I also share with you some summary concepts. When pitch goes down, completely statements, open-ended questions. So the finally intonation is falling. So in short words, we're going to use falling intonation for statements, sentences, and for WH questions, falling intonation, something that it's very simple, that most of us know, but it's just a reminder. If you're talking about yes, no questions, that's generally rising intonation. We're going to use that basic rule to understand about intonations. Remember, we're going to continue with the idea of falling intonation is present in sentences, affirmative or negative, and WH questions. And we're going to have a rising intonation in yes, no questions. Yeah. Until there, it's very simple, this. But there are some changes that we're going to study in this moment. Read these phrases about tracking the arrow explicitly. So look at this. This is a list of things. Look at a list. We went for a run. We ate breakfast. We started to work. It's a list of a daily routine. When we have lists that are separated with commas, how are we going to make the intonation? Let's remember these rules. When we have sentences, statements, negative or affirmative, and WH questions, we have to demonstrate that with falling intonation. When we have unfinished thoughts, yes, no questions, and ongoing items in a list, you're going to use rising intonation. So here is the answer. Rising intonation when you have ongoing, continuous items in a list. You're using falling intonation when the final item, when you mention the final item of a list. What does it mean? Here you have a list. At the beginning, it's going to be rising intonation. We went for a run with breakfast. We started to work. So on the list, you're going to use rising intonation for every single item. And for the last item, you're going to use final falling intonation. For open questions, you're supposed to use generally falling intonation. For yes no questions, you're going to use rising intonation generally. And what about the tag questions? What kind of intonation does the tag question have, this part? Who remembers that? Probably you teach that in your classes.
I remember, teacher, that in those cases it depended on the intention. If you wanted to confirm something, it was a higher intonation, and in the other case, I don't remember, but you lowered.
You're close. Who's that?
Yeah, Lisa.
Oh, great. Yeah, you were inspired of this course. Obviously, some of your classmates also were. Yeah, nobody wants to join on. So it would have rising and falling intonation. Yeah, you were close in the idea, but you were confused. You use rising intonation when you are unsure about a statement that you're going to express. When you're not sure that they will agree with you. And you use falling intonation when you expect that they will agree with you. So you are the speaker. You say this, and when you are not sure if they will agree with you, if you are right, you use rising intonation. But when you are almost sure, that when you expect that they will tell you, yes, you're right, you use falling intonation. So those are the things about intonation. Remember, on list, you have rising intonation for the items, and for the last item is falling. In WH questions, generally is falling. Yes, no questions, generally is rising. In tag questions, when you are not sure that you're right, you use rising. And when you're almost sure, when you expected that they will agree with you, you use falling. Yeah. Until there, it's simple, don't you think? Here you are. Intonation dictates the meaning. In this case specifically, in the tag questions. When you're raising your voice, that means that you're not sure of what you're saying. For example, you can look at me and you say, imagine you don't know me and you have never seen me at the AFAF. And you say, you're a teacher, aren't you? You use rising intonation because you've never seen me before. But you see me every day. Yeah? And let's suppose that we never talk. And you say, You're a teacher, aren't you? Yes. You know, or you expect, or you saw me that I am teacher, but you never talked to me. So that's one example that you can use for the kind of. Here in this example, let's read the directions for this exercise. Partner up or record yourself reading the same sentence in two distinct ways to alter the meaning. As a statement of fact, when you're sure, you know they are living. So when you know they are living, yeah, first up, let's look for the rhythm. Our words are this. Living is a verb, and now is a
Adverb.
adverb. Yeah, so we have counterparts. But it says as a statement of fact, that means that it's true that we know that they are living. So I just say, they're living now. They're living now. They're living now. Here, as a question seeking, verifying some information. So you're unsure. Probably you listen to American people saying sentence with an intonation of a question. This is the case. I'm sure that you have seen or listened to them speaking with sentences with rising intonation, and they say, why do they use a sentence like a question? The example is in parentheses, when you're unsure. Obviously, this happens in spoken language, in informal English, in urban language. They're living now. They're living now. They're living now. They're living now. Yeah. And that was everything. Yeah, I wanted to simplify the lesson. What lesson was this? If I'm not wrong, it was the chapter 9. Now let's continue with chapter 10. Yeah. Now, chapter 10 is one of my favorite lessons because, or chapters, like it's been called, units, or whatever you want to mention, because we're going to focus, we focus in previous lessons on the content words. What did we say about the content words? What did we say about the content words?
Content words represents
Express,
the one of
carry
the
the meaning of the sentence
main
or the
events.
idea we are expressing. Right?
Great. So tell me your names. It was Rodrigo,
Rodrigo?
yeah? Then who else?
Alison.
And
Alison.
yes, who else? I've listened two girls.
It was only one.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
something.
Yeah. So you can add. Tell me.
Maybe you mentioned about the generally that is a stress word, and maybe as a lexical words that carry the meaning.
Yeah. Generally stress.
Yeah.
Because they carry meaning. That's something that you have to remember. Only that. If you say this, what's a content word? It's a word that is generally stressed. They are words that are generally stressed because they carry the meaning. Without them, the sentences are meaningless or abstract. Yeah. And if I ask you, which are the content words, then you tell me nouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives. What else? Negations and
WH
Question
words.
words.
yeah, question words or dash question words. Yeah, fine. So we have been focusing on this content. Yeah. Now we're going to see the function words. Now the function words is something different. The function words are
Grammatical words that complete the sentence.
Help us
They have the
properly
purpose
the
to
meaning of
complete the
sentence or
sentence.
structure.
And
great.
they are generally not stressed.
Unstressed, yeah. Simple than you think, but everything that you mentioned was great. Yeah. Function words are generally unstressed. I say generally, not always. Generally. Yeah. Why? Because they are, as you said, they are grammatical words. They help us complete the grammatical structure. Without them, our sentences are grammatically incomplete. So they help us complete grammatically the structure of our sentence. And so this chapter is about them. And stress words and how the words are reduced. So we're going to see another connected speech. In chapter 8, we studied linkings. Another connected speech is reductions. We're going to see a little bit of that. Now let's start with unstressed words. Here you can read this for your understanding. The important thing here about this is that, as she emphasizes, that these words, these function words, should be short, short, short. Remember, she says. For that reason, she writes here, they're short because they go until pitch 1. Yeah. Until the tone or pitch 1, they go down. And here, what else she says? They don't need to be clear. For that reason, when we listen to American and native speakers, any native speaker, it's hard for us to understand 100% because most of the times they unstress the function words and they just focus on some words that they consider important for their message. Yeah. So that's the part of our study. Function words are articles, pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, particles, and helping verbs. And they are generally unstressed, generally. So they will be faster. So they will be faster. So you're going to read them faster, pronounce them faster, in a lower volume, lower pitch, or flatter. Yeah, at least flatter. So they will be less clear than the stressed words that are the content words. So here's this, stress versus unstressed. Every single word has its stress form and unstressed form. Yeah. We're going to study that, the stress form and the unstressed form of these words. Pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, auxiliary verbs, particles, like this, and determiners. But I've seen something that in negations, American people stress them. Yeah. Especially when they are negations like doesn't, didn't, don't, won't. You will listen people. But according to teacher Rachel's explanation, she says that in this example, these particles won't be. But to be honest with you, I've listened many times Americans emphasizing negations even over verbs. Yeah. So I take from different authors. Different authors say different things. Yeah, so I compare from one to another. I have another 3 professors that I also follow, not only teacher Rachel. Why I use teacher Rachel's book today? Because it's well organized. Yeah, it's great. Here you are, these representations. indirectly, she has already marked the content words. Yeah, she's already done that. If you look there, you have need. Doesn't want to work. Yeah, no. And money. Those two are the content words. And with this illustration, she's pretending that they are higher. Yeah. For that reason, in my case, I don't use this kind of symbols. I use this kind of, yeah. I don't know if other teachers use the same as I do, but I use this because for me it works. For me, it's more practical because it helps me figure out where am I supposed to raise my voice. Yeah, and it's not good. Yeah, something like that. Here is the confusion. Yeah, it's faster, it's easier for us to recognize the content words because they are clearly pronounced. They are higher in pitch, longer in duration. They are pronounced clearly, and that makes for us easy to understand. The problem most of the times is on the function words, because the function words, they have an stress form. Yeah, stress. In this other example, it's changing. It's using the emphatic stress because the speaker wants to emphasize the word some, even though it's a function word, that person wants to emphasize the word. Yeah. And according to that, she would be doing like this. And she's only stressing the first syllable of the word people. Some people think so. Some people think so. Some people think so. Some people think so. Did you notice how I lower my voice when I say people? People. People. Some people think so. Some people think so. People. People. I didn't say people. Some people think so. I need some money. I need some money. I need some money. I need some money. I didn't say some. I say some. I need some money. I need some money. Some people think so. Some people think so. So the difference between this some and this some, it's the clarity as you pronounce it. Here it says some. Here it says some. And there you can observe the reduction when a word is unstressed and when the same word is stressed, is clearly pronounced. This is faster, this is a little bit longer and higher in pitch. Yeah, and that's what it explains the book. So some words go farther than being stressed. They are even reduced. So some words are even reduced. One clear example of that kind of reductions is, for example, this conjunction. The word because. Yeah, it's something reduced. It's reduced to probably you've seen this, cause. Yeah. So sometimes this kind of verbs that it's a conjunction, it's a function word can be reduced to that extension. Yeah. Other reductions that we're going to study in a previous book is the reduction of, for example, going to. That is very common, very popular. How's the reduction of this?
Gonna.
Gonna.
Gonna,
Gonna.
gonna.
Yeah, and you listen there, schwa. It's gonna.
Gonna.
Yeah, that's short, fast. And it continues. Yeah, showing you more examples of words like that.
Maybe the direction of got to is gotta.
Got it. Yeah. I don't have a chart here. Here's the chart. This is what I was looking for. So this chart summarizes everything that was above. Yeah. In some books, you're going to read here that it says full pronunciation. Other will say the stress form. Stress form. Other people will say the strong form. So you can call a stress or strong form. While this other one will be the unstressed or weak form. Yeah, so those are the ways that you can call this. In this book, teacher Rachel calls them the full pronunciation and the reductions. Yeah. Do you remember when I say that sometimes the function words can be stressed? For that reason, I say it many times, generally, the function words are generally unstressed, but there are times on which you need to stress that function word. Yeah. And when you stress that function word, they have a different pronunciation. And this is the pronunciation when you emphasize, when you stress the function word. This is going to sound like of. When it's under stress, it's going to be or simply uh. For that reason, you sometimes listen people saying, know a lot of. You listen, some they say, lot of, lot of, lot of, lot of. Yeah. Have you ever listened that? A lot of people. I have a lot of money. Yeah. So when you reduce or when you use the unstressed form of the function words, this could sound like or the maximum. The stress form is going to be of. How would it be the sentence with emphasis? Imagine a scenario in which your mother is angry at you. Let's imagine your mother is angry at you. Yeah. And you say, she says something like, you all the times cause me a lot of problems. I'm tired of your attitude. All the times with you, a lot of problems, a lot of discussion. She's angry at you as she raises her voice, and she's going to pronounce every single word on perfection because she wants to emphasize her message. So people generally uses the stress form of function words when they are full of emotions, happiness, passion, anxiety, stress, anger. So people generally use the stress form of the function words when they are full of emotions. And in normal everyday conversation, people will use this stress form. Yeah. So when are you going to use the stress form of the function words? When you're in a burst of emotions, when you want to emphasize the message of your words. When are you going to use the unstressed or weak form of function words? When you are making casual, ordinary, common conversations where there's no burst of emotions. Yeah? When you're not full of emotions. When you have plain, natural, and relaxed conversations, you're generally going to use this kind of unstressed form of function words. Look at this. The stress form is going to be have. I have a book. Where is my book? Who took my book? Imagine the person is angry. But if the person is just commenting, yes, I have a new book. It's great. I recommend you. No intense emotions. This one had. I had a lot of patience with you, but I'm fed up with your attitude. The person is angry. But in a common conversation, I had a lot of homework yesterday. I was very busy, man. For that reason, I couldn't talk to you. So it will depend. If the person is full of emotions like anger or happiness, not only something negative, it also would be something positive. Yeah. For example, this one. He. Yeah. And you say, he is my brother. The champion. I'm proud of him. He is my brother, man. You say that with pride, emotions. But if you don't want to emphasize, you can say, yep, I saw it at the store. I saw it at the store. Yeah, I saw him at the store. So you're going to use this in everyday conversations. And this is the one what we generally listen on social media, series, movies, the news. Yeah, this is the most common. And it's the hardest to recognize in speech because it goes down to pitch one. It goes down to pitch one. And pitch one is low, is fast, is short, it's unclear. For that reason, it's hard to recognize this when you use the unstressed form of these words. Tell her, not me. I'm not responsible of this class. Imagine. Not tell her. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I'm not in church. Could you talk to him, please? Talk to him. Talk to him. M. Or if you're angry, please don't talk to me. Talk to him. He's in church. So you want to emphasize, you use this version. Simple, don't you think, to understand this? When to use one version and the other? Yes or no?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Yeah, so here is in her videos, she's explaining that, dropping the sound of these words like have, had, have, had, has, he, his, her. Yeah. Him, and even them is going to become. Yeah, I talked to them. I talked to them yesterday. They know about the test in a casual conversation. And here you have more examples of that. In this sentence, for example, we don't need to watch the video. Here it's going to still stay in like A, but it's going to be like this. I, not I, and it's going to become a. Yeah. So you're going to stress this too. And it's going to sound like this. I have a cold. 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 One thing that I wanted to tell you is this one. These words will be generally stressed when they are used like auxiliary verbs. Yeah. Not the action verbs. When they are used like auxiliary verbs. You use this in present perfect tense, these two, and you use this in past perfect tense. Yeah. In those tenses, you're going to use the reduction of that. Not in sentences like this. In this sentence, have is the action verb. It's not an auxiliary verb. Because if you look at this simple sentence, it's a simple present tense sentence. So the only verb, the only action is being expressed with this word. So this is going to be pronounced with clarity. Yeah. So you're going to unstress these two. I have cold. Oh no, I have cold. I'm not feeling well. I have a cold. I have a cold. I have a cold. I have a cold. And if you notice, I didn't say I have a cold. I said I have a cold. Oh no, I have a cold. If you listen in that sentence, it sounds like that. It sounds like. In this other sentence, which words are we going to unstress? Which words?
And the pronoun I,
Two.
and then the preposition to.
Good. Yes, man. So it's going to be the same as previous. I, I, I. Yeah. And this one is going to be a t, t, t. Going to sound this way. I have, I'm wrong. Yes. What kind of word is this?
Semi-modal. Modal.
It's a modal verb. You were close, girl. It's a modal phrase. Yeah. It's a modal phrase. What makes this a modal phrase? Because it's one and two words. One and two words. So what's the reduction of this? It's going to be reduced. It's going to be schwa.
Have that.
Yeah. So you're going to say I. I have to go. I have to go. Sorry, man, I can't talk to you. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. Sorry, man, I can't talk to you this moment. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. It's going to sound like this. I have to go. 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 Yes. So you have to be able to recognize the part of the speech of the words. Here, them, it's an object pronoun, right? It's an object pronoun, so it's going to be reduced according to the situation. It's going to sound like um, um. Tell them, show them, talk to them. This one is one of my favorites. Why? Because this single word caused me a lot of trouble in the past. I remember when I was a graduate of English from the APAB in 2010. And then my first experience talking with Americans was disastrous because I couldn't understand them. So I didn't get that one. The stress form of that one is, the stress form is going to be like this, yes, of. But the unstressed form could be this one or this. This version will be in front of vowels. And this version will be in front of consonants. Remember, you're going to use this one in front of vowels. You're going to use this one in front of consonants. An example that I can use is what is or yeah. Two versions. So the first one is a consonant. If it's a consonant, you're going to say a lot of man, a lot of man, a lot of man, a lot of man, a man, a man. It's a vowel. A lot of apples, a lot of apples, a lot of a lot of apples, a lot of apples. So when it's going to be before a vowel, it's when it's before consonant, it's just yeah. And that is transition of this one. Dropping the of the words like this. Tell him. Repeat. Tell him. Tell him.
Tell him.
Tell him.
Tell him.
Tell them.
Tell him.
Tell him.
Tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him. Tell him.
This one
Tell
is
him.
would have, would have, would have, would have,
What up?
Would have-
What up?
What up?
would have-
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Whatever.
What up? What up? What up?
So how you better use them in sentences. I forgot to tell him. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell him. But now it's late. Yeah, he was angry at you. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell him. Sentences. In what kind of sentence would you use this phrase? Would it?
Imaginary condition.
will-
Third condition.
In sentences.
I would go to the park if I hadn't much homework.
If I
Hadn't-
would have, remember, gone. Because it's in present perfect. I would have gone. I would have gone to the park if I had time today, but I didn't. Maybe the next time. Make solos. Hagan soliloquios. Make solos. Yeah, like you were talking to yourself. I would have gone to the park if I had some time, but I didn't. Maybe tomorrow. Someone else? Another sentence would have. Sentences.
Maybe a sentence in second conditional. If I were taller, I would have friends, more friends.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mm,
that's one.
also in regrets from the past.
Tell me something.
For example, I will help you, but I couldn't.
You said I would have. You say I would have. I would have helped.
Yes, I would have helped you.
Yeah, I would have helped you, but I couldn't. I would have helped you if I knew. Did you know that unfortunately one of the members of the AFA passed away yesterday? Unfortunately, if you saw a man, he used to be in a wheelchair, el señor que estaba en silla de ruedas, the su oficial Condori, he unfortunately passed away yesterday. So imagine you in that kind of situation. I would have talked to him more. if I had another opportunity. I used to talk to him a lot. So if I had more time, I would have called to him to ask him if he was feeling okay. Regrets. I would have. The next one, Anez. Think of a sentence with this one. Anez, 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 Anez. Think of a sentence that you can use with that phrase. Think of a sentence and tell me. I'm giving you extra points for your participation. The people who are silent, you're no.
Maybe
Sections or sections of
Rodrigo.
an object.
maybe on his classroom, on his classroom they have a television.
Yeah, honest. Remember, man, not only reduction, the speed, man. Honest. Yeah.
On his classroom they have a television.
Yeah. On his classroom, you have to stress classroom and television. On his classroom, they have television. On his classroom, they have a television. Great. Like that. Alison.
The Apple phone on his hands.
Again.
The Apple phone in his hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good one. David.
Your book is on his desk.
Again.
Your book is on his desk.
Yeah, your book is on his desk.
On his
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, remember, man.
Desk. Okay.
We need space. Yeah, you're doing good. Yeah. Just remember how we're going to stress this. We're going to stress book and we're going to stress desk.
Yes.
And we're going to make here the reduction. This part's going to be on his, yeah, not here. Here. It is. And this is going to be your which one? Your book. Your book is on his desk. 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 And you can clearly recognize the word book and desk. Your book is on his desk. Hey, your book is on his desk. I think that he took your book erroneously. Your book is on his desk. 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 Yeah, have you noticed? Say it again, David.
Your book is in the desk.
Yeah, emphasis, man. Accent. Your book is on his desk.
Your book is in his desk.
Yeah, on his desk.
On his desk.
Yeah, is on his desk. Is on his. Your book is on his desk. Is on his. Your book is on his desk. Yeah, you better repeat, man. Next person, Maribel. Say a sentence. I'll read you one of you.
Okay. The cat is. I'm sorry. The cat is on his. I'm sorry. The cat is on his lap.
Yeah.
It's on his lap.
Yeah, the cat is on his. The
Lap.
cat is on his lap. Yeah. The cat is on his lap. The cat is on his lap. Oh, great. The cat is on his lap. He must love cats. Yeah. The cat is on his lap. The cat is on his lap. Which words are we stressing? Cat.
The cat
Lap.
and
Yeah.
lap.
Lap. The cat is on the slab. Great. That cat doesn't like anyone. Next one. Mateo.
Okay. There's a smile on his face.
What?
There's a smile on his face.
Smile. So pronounce well, smile.
Smile.
Yeah, there's a
There's
smile
a
in his face.
smile.
He must be very happy. Why? There's a smile in his face. There's a smile in his face. There's a smile in his face. So we stress smile and
Smile on
face.
face.
Yeah. Next, Rocio.
He focused on his test.
Just stress, focus, and test. Again.
He focused on his test.
Remember that English is a stress time. A stress time. Once more.
He focused on his test.
Same thing. What do I mean? ¿A qué me refiero? Tus sílabas están durando lo mismo. Tienes que reducir más veloz las desacentuadas. The last time.
So he focused on his test.
Same girl. I'm going to write your sentence. I was writing. I'm going to write here. Yeah. This is your sentence. You have his focus and his test. Which words are we going to stress? It's focus, focus, and test. What else are we going to do? Here in this part, you have to speed up. Tienes que reducirlo esto, pronunciarlo más rápido. Have to speed up here. His focus on his. Here you have to reduce this space. You have to reduce. Yeah. If you make the same length, si haces la misma duración here, sounds like Spanish. But if you reduce the speed and you say his focus on his test. How can I explain this in another way? I'm going to draw lines. Yeah, these lines will represent the timelines. And here in the unstressed syllables, they will be short timelines. Short one. Short. Yeah. And here another syllable, short. The other syllable that is unstressed, short. The first syllable also short. His focus on his test. These lines represents the length, the duration of the syllables. So this syllable will be spoken with a longer pitch. The same, this one. But this 1, 2, 3, and 4 syllables, you have to speed up. You have to say this fast. His focus, kiss, and his focus on his test. 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 He's focused on his test because tomorrow is the final test. He's focused on his test. He's focused on his test. He's focused on his test. Do you get now, Rocio? Do it.
Yes. Okay.
Do it.
Yes. Focus on his test.
Close by. The thing is, la gran diferencia es en español las sílabas duran lo mismo, todas las sílabas, pero en inglés no, tienes que acelerar. It's like a roller coaster, montaña rusa. The downs are fast, las bajadas van rápidas por la gravedad. Yeah. Try to assimilate this. Yes, because if your syllables last the same, it's going to sound like you're speaking in Spanish. Focus on his test, man. Focus on his test, mom. Just focus on his test, bro. Just focus on his test, girl. Just focus on his test. And that's what we're practicing, yeah? And here are more examples of. This one. Instead of saying gave them, you're going to say gave them. I gave them the answers yesterday, and the boys were happy about them. Everybody approved of my test yesterday, Saturday. I need them. I needed to understand the situation. I need him. I need him. I gave him. I need him. I gave him. What I'm doing is this. I said, I gave him. I need him. I gave him. I need him. No, gave them. Need them. It's flat. That's Spanish. In English, gave them. Need them. Yeah. And below you have more examples of the same kind. Sort of. Sort of. Kind of. Kind of. Kind of. Kind of. One of the most commons are these expressions. It's kind of boring, man. It's kind of boring, man. You're going to listen in that sentence. This class is getting kind of boring, man. It's kind of boring. Esta clase está volviendo un poco aburrida, hombre. It's kind of boring, man. Let's practice that sentence. I listen this kind of sentences many times. Yeah. And in different series. So for that reason, I mentioned in this one. Let's use this. Kind. Right. It's copy. Boring. And the same thing. Where are the reductions? Here are the reductions. Not going to say boring, boring, boring. It's kind of boring, man. It's kind of boring, man. This class is kind of boring. I don't like it. Yeah, me too. I don't like this class. It's kind of boring. 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 Let's practice that. Someone. Volunteers. Say your name, Read.
Alison. Okay, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, good. Someone else. Say your name and say.
Maribel.
Okay.
It's kind of boring.
It's kind of boring.
It's kind of
Ma-
boring.
Ma-
Yeah. Once more. It's kind of boring.
It's kind of
Mateo?
boring.
Yeah. It's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. Está un poco aburrida esta clase. It's kind of boring. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But someone else.
David,
Me,
Octavio.
teacher.
Octavio.
Both of it.
it's kind of boring.
It's kind of boring.
Kind of boring.
Yeah. The accent, man. The accent. Mateo, next.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah. It's kind of boring, man. Say that. It's kind of boring, man.
It's kind of boring, man.
Yeah. That sounds cool. It's kind of boring, man. Está aburrido, viejo.
Teacher, I have a question. It's kinda, and we omit off, really. So it's kinda.
It's kinda.
And the off
it's
we omitted.
No, we're reducing, not omitting.
Kinda. Okay.
So here's still this of, it's becoming it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. It's kind of cool, you see, huh? It's kind of cool. It's kind of. Or sorta. Yeah, sorta. It's synonym of this. Sorta. Yeah, it's kind of boring. Sorta. That is.
Okay, thanks, teacher.
With this other one, with can, it's going to be reduced to can. Can, it's going to reduce to can. Can. Here you can say, I can help you. I can help you. No problem, man. I can help you. I can help you. Who can help? Who can help? Yeah. So when this can is in the middle of a sentence, you say can with the reduction. Yeah. It's going to sound like this. Can. And here, the same. Can. But when this goes at the end, you can generally use the stress form can when it goes at the end of a sentence. So when it's in the middle, you say can. Or when it's at the beginning, you can say can. Can I help you? I can help you. Who can help? Who can help? I can. Yeah. I can. When it goes at the end, yeah, it's the only member, it's the finishing word, so it's not reduced. It doesn't reduce. But when it's at the beginning or in the middle, you can say can with the schwa. And here in this video, it explains that. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. We're going to continue with this, but I want you to give you an exercise about this. But I cannot find my metronome. Oh, yeah, fine. Maybe if you were my students, you did this exercise with me in the past. Yeah, in our last minutes. Probably you remember. Who remembers this exercise? Nobody?
No,
Nobody.
teacher.
Yeah. So I do this in my classes, in my English classes with a startup one. Since a startup one, I do this. I don't teach them the theory. I just say, repeat after me. Do after me. They don't ask me. They just repeat. So I don't need to tell them the theory of phonetics and phonology and anything. Look at this. Bake is a verb. Good, Isa.
Adjective.
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 A noun.
Noun.
Yeah.
No.
And they are the same words here. You see? Verb, adjective, noun. Verb, adjective, noun. Verb, adjective, noun. Verb in ing form. This is the present participle verb, but it's verb. Adjective, noun. Past, present participle verb. Adjective in a compound. And noun. Same words. How many words in the first line? 1, 2, 3 words. How many words in the last one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The double. And here you have a compound noun. Yeah. Almost 7 words if you separate these two. And here only 3. Here 4. Here 5 words. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. You see? And we're going to use the rhythm. Can you listen?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bake good cake. Bake a good cake. I bake a good cake. I like to bake a good cake. He bakes a good cake. He's baking a good cake. He's baking a good tasting cake. Bake good cake. Bake a good cake. I bake a good cake. I like to bake a good cake. He bakes a good cake. He's baking a good cake. He's baking a good tasting cake. In a moment, I broke the rhythm. I was always inside the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the times. That helps me catch the rhythm. Yeah. Here you have the verb and a noun. Verb, noun, verb, noun, verb, noun, verb, noun, verb, noun. And the other are function words. Obviously, this wanna is the reduction of want to is a verb, but in this case, I'm going to unstress because for me, more important is take and break. Take break. Take a break. I take a break. I want to take a break. I'm taking a break. She's taking a break. Take break. Take a break. I take a break. I want to take a break. I'm taking a break. She's taking a break. Walk store now. Walk the store now. Walk to the store now. I walk to the store now. I want to walk to the store now. Let's walk to the store right now. If you notice, I never broke the rhythm. En ningún momento me salí del ritmo. I just lapsed the same amount of time here to the last, without exception. How is that possible? ¿Cómo es posible? Es because you reduce these words. That what does reduction means? That you going to read or speak them faster and with a lower pitch. And if you do that, it's possible to spend the same amount of time reading this line comparing to the last line. Walk store now. Walk the store now. Walk to the store now. I walk to the store now. I want to walk to the store now. Let's walk to the store right now. Are you listening to me?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
This one, 2 content words. Clean room. Clean your room. Please clean your room. Would you clean your room? I'm cleaning your room. He's cleaning your room. Help clean mess. Help me clean mess. Help me clean this mess. Would you help me clean this mess? You're helping me clean this mess. You're helping me clean up this mess. And the first one that was bake good cake. Bake a good cake. I bake a good cake. I like to bake a good cake. He bakes a good cake. He's baking a good cake. He's baking a good tasting cake. In no time, en ningún momento, I went out of the rhythm. Me salí del ritmo. American rhythm. And no matter, y no importa qué tipo de beat use, it's going to be the same. I'm going to make a change. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take break. Take a break. I take a break. I want to take a break. I'm taking a break. Just taking a break. Walk store now. Walk the store now. Walk to the store now. I walk to the store now. I want to walk the store now. Let's walk to the store right now. Clean room. Clean your room. Please clean your room. Would you clean your room? I'm cleaning your room. He's cleaning your room. Help clean mess. Help clean mess. Help me clean this mess. Would you help me clean this mess? You're helping me clean this mess. You're helping me clean up this mess. Bake good cake. Bake a good cake. I bake a good cake. I like to bake a good cake. He bakes a good cake. He's baking a good cake. He's baking a good tasting cake. So you see, no matter the speed, no importa la velocidad. The important thing is that you find the rhythm and you can make a line that is of 3 words last the same amount of time to a sentence that it's the double the extension of the previous one. And that's what we achieve. That's what exactly we achieve when we practice the reductions. For that reason, I say many times that you have to get accustomed to reduce. You have to get accustomed to reduce those words. Yeah. Again, it moved. So that's what I wanted to show you tonight, that it's possible to get the American rhythm if you're able to practice the reductions. What do reductions help us? What's the purpose of reductions? The answer is
To follow the rhythm.
To help the
yes,
fluency.
find the American thing and to flow in conversation.
Mm.
Why our speaking, our speech is very robotic and not convincing is because we don't practice the rhythm. And the first step to practice the rhythm is to practice constantly the reductions. Kind of, sort of, all the times. Can. You're making muscle memory. Gate him. Need him, need him, need him, need him, need him. I need him, I need him, need him, need him, need him, need him, need him, need him. Need her, need her, need her, need her. I need her. I need her, need her, need her, need her, need her. Yeah. So I suggest you to practice those short phrases and then use them in improvised sentences. Yeah. Tell him, tell him, tell him, tell him. Would up, would up, would up, would up. Honest, 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 honest. Buyer, 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 buyer. Something like this. Buyer, 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 buyer. Yeah. So practice constantly that. And that's it for tonight. With this, we recover what we missed on Friday. Yeah. Tomorrow, we're going to do more exercises. We're going to start doing freestyle of hip hop tomorrow. Yeah. That's a deal of tomorrow. What, John? What's a question, man?
Here on Friday is over. Yes,
No, Monday, man. But
Monday.
this week, evaluations like we did on Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
Evaluations. You can call them like in Spanish, parciales. On Monday will be the final test, el examen final. This week we're going to make. Don't worry about that. Just check your notes. I don't want you to memorize concepts. If you memorize concepts, it's going to be useless. To interpret, written study, for example, what's importance of phonetics? In your words, you can say it's more intelligible to understand and be understood. That's about it. Yeah. What's the symbolic representation of a sound? A phoneme, for example. Yeah. So pick your notes. Practice like I do. Gonna want. Can. I can't go. I can't stand. Help you. I can't. Tell him. Give her, would have. Do that kind of practice all the times. Have to. Go. I have to go. Go. Like that. Yeah. It's more than a study. It's the person who has practiced a lot. I'm not going to ask you a lot of questions. It's going to be more practice.
Teacher.
I have a
It's
question.
First,
Teacher,
who talked first?
Go, Alison.
Okay, go.
okay, teacher. If you're going to give us oral tests, or some evaluations this week, are you going to give us the answers or tell us if it was right, correct, or not? I will pay you to do that in order to know in what thing are we failing.
You were what? You were.
I can't listen to you very well, teacher. I don't know if it's my internet or yours, but I don't know if in the on the evaluations of a week of this week you could give us the answers or tell us if it was correct or not in order to improve ourselves.
Feedback. You want feedback. I'm going to give you feedback when everybody was done. Les voy a dar la retroalimentación, the feedback, when everybody will be done. Imagine I'm going to evaluate the 9 of you. Yeah, you're 9. I'm going to finish with the 9 of you, and I'm going to give you feedback. What is that? I'm going to tell you what you need to practice for the final test in general, not individually.
But are you going to give us the answers?
No, feedback. Because why am I giving the answer? I'm going to do what you want to practice in the concepts and theory. I'm going to mention what people were supposed to answer. But this week and the best thing that you can do is take your notes. Don't memorize. Make your analysis. situation. Because if you memorize words, for sure you're going to forget it. But if you simulate in your words, understand it, it's going to be better. If on the test you read a concept from internet, it's not going to be valid because I don't want you to read from internet. So that's it for tonight. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
See you, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye, teacher.